Hi, I'm Deidré and welcome to Digits with Deidré. In today's episode, we are unpacking the Provincial Equitable Share formula, the formula that decides how much money each province gets. Last time, we dealt quite high level with the components. And just to note, the PAYS formula is a funding tool, not a budgeting tool. We can unpack budgeting tools in a later video. First up is the education data, making up 48% for provinces. It consists of 50% of your school-aged population and 50% of your school enrollment figures. Next up is the National Treasury uses health data constituting 27%. Of this, 75% is your province's population without medical aid adjusted for health risk. So the healthier your province, the less money you get. The other 25% of the health component is your patient load data. This consists of 5% your primary healthcare clinic visits and 20% your hospital facilities patient day equivalents. So essentially the feet to your clinic and hospitals. You then have your basic share, which is essentially the proportion of your province's population equaling 16%. You then get institutional component, which is 5%, and this is divided equally amongst provinces. Next up is the poverty component, constituting 3%, and this is based on the income and expenditure of your provincial population. And finally, you have the economic component, constituting 1%, based on your share of the regional gross domestic product. National Treasury plugs the data in, and then voila, they tell us how much money each province receives. However, there are also items that, as the Western Cape, we feel deserve heavier weighting or need to be considered within the formula. The Western Cape province is the third biggest province, but we receive the fifth biggest or fifth smallest portion of the provincial pot. Secondly, we believe that the economic component requires a heavier weighting because by it being lower than the poverty component, you're actually punishing provinces for creating environments for jobs and growth, which lifts people out of poverty. We need to shift our mindset to growth and to jobs. We therefore believe a fair share would be reflective of our population growth and estimated population growth. Other items not included are matters such as home-based care. Remember when I said they count the feet to our hospitals and our clinics? So what if you receive services from our government but it is outside a hospital or clinic? This means National does not count you in the PAYS formula when allocating funding to the provinces. So if a province is innovative by wanting to deliver medicine or services to you, we get less funding. Also, what happens if you run out of medical aid funding and you then visit a public hospital instead of a private one? Remember that population without medical aid component? This means that we still have to subsidize the extra persons with medical aid coming to public hospitals, but we don't receive extra funding through the formula for these residents. Finally, remember the school enrollment figures? The formula does not take into account special needs education, which could be up to 6 times the amount of ordinary public school funding needs. Finally, the PAYS formula gets phased into our provincial budgets over 3 years. It is not immediate. You get chunks of money at a time. So by the time you receive all of your money, the data is outdated and your population has grown yet again. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and please do let me know in the comments which budget topics you would like us to tackle going forward.